Get ready to set sail on an epic adventure as we dive into one of history's most debated mysteries, Noah's Ark. From ancient flood stories that echo around the globe, to geologists questioning the biblical account because of a mismatch with fossil records and our planet's age, this tale has left everyone scratching their heads. But hold on to your hats, folks, because a team of Turkish researchers just cracked open a treasure chest of secrets using 3D scans on Mount Ararat, the mythical final resting place of Noah's Ark. Could it be that archaeologists have finally pinpointed the biblical vessel in these Turkish mountains? Or is it simply a stunning natural rock formation that bears an uncanny resemblance to the legendary Ark? Let's buckle up and uncover the jaw-dropping truth hidden between these Anatolian peaks. Buckle up, explorers. For centuries, people have been on a quest to find the legendary Noah's Ark, but so far, it's remained a mystery shrouded in myth. That's all about to change thanks to an extraordinary team, the Noah's Ark Scans Project. Since 2021, this crew has been scouring the Turkish mountains with state-of-the-art technology, and their findings are sending shockwaves around the globe. Using cutting-edge 3D scans, they've uncovered a mind-boggling shape at the Darupınar site on Mount Tencerek, an area widely believed to be the holy grail of biblical locations, Mount Ararat. The team's early discoveries show that this enigmatic find is made up of clay and materials linked to the sea, like seafood, which has got everyone buzzing. And let's not forget the location, a site that's been on the radar since 1956 due to its uncanny resemblance to the biblical Ark. Can this be the long-lost vessel we've been searching for? Join us as we delve into the secrets hidden at 16,500 feet and uncover the truth about Noah's Ark once and for all. Get ready for some seriously impressive stats. According to the Bible, Noah's Ark was an enormous vessel, a whopping 515 feet long, 86 feet wide, and 52 feet high. That's massive. Now imagine stumbling upon something in the Turkish mountains that matches those dimensions almost perfectly. Well, that's exactly what happened thanks to the tireless work of Andrew Jones, a researcher, and Dr. Fatih Yüksel, a lead scientist from Istanbul University's Department of Geophysical Engineering. Using 3D scans, they discovered an intriguing formation in the Darupınar area on Mount Tencerek that astonishingly measures up to the biblical length, around 150 meters or 300 cubits, as described in ancient texts. This incredible find sparked a new wave of excitement and led to further exploration. In December 2022, researchers collected 30 rock and soil samples from the site, which were then analyzed at the ITU laboratory to uncover more secrets about this enigmatic discovery. Let's dive into some fascinating history and science. Professor Faruk Kaya from AICU has shed light on the region's past, suggesting human activity dates way back to around 5,500 to 3,000 BC, smack in the middle of the Chalcolithic period. Now, you might be wondering if this discovery could be linked to the biblical story of Noah's Ark. Well, laboratory results hint at signs of life in the area, but it's crucial to remember that we're still far from confirming whether this formation is indeed the Ark or just an amazing coincidence of natural geological processes. Interestingly enough, even some experts have differing views on the matter. Dr. Andrew Snelling, a young Earth creationist from the University of Sydney, has previously argued that Mount Ararat couldn't be the Ark's resting place because it formed after the flood waters receded. He points out that beneath the surface lies something unusual, straight lines and right angles, which he believes could only match the specifications of a man-made boat like Noah's Ark from the Bible. This raises more questions than answers, adding to the excitement of uncovering the truth about this mysterious discovery. The search for Noah's Ark, a fascinating mystery. While many are captivated by the idea of finding this biblical relic in Turkey, especially on Mount Ararat where the Bible says it landed, others have followed different leads. You see, Genesis 8:4 does indeed point to the mountains of Ararat as the final resting place, but that's not stopping researchers from looking elsewhere. In fact, some expeditions have ventured onto nearby Iranian peaks in their quest for the Ark. And let's not forget ancient accounts that suggest Noah's Ark may be hidden somewhere in this region. Marco Polo, the famous explorer, even wrote about a mountain in the Armenian range that looked like a cube or cup, a description that could easily fit the story of the Ark. This particular mountain of Noah's Ark is quite massive, taking over 2 days to circle its base. So, the search continues, and we're keeping our eyes peeled for any sign of this incredible piece of history. The quest for Noah's Ark continues. Marco Polo's account of a mountainous peak covered in snow was definitely a setback, but it didn't rule out the possibility that the Ark could be hiding somewhere nearby. Fast forward to modern times, and we've got researchers like Bob Cornuck from the Bible Archaeology Search and Exploration Institute joining the hunt. His team ventured into the Elburz Mountains, stretching from Armenia to Afghanistan, in 2007, a trek that took them to breathtaking heights of 14,000 feet. What they discovered is mind-blowing. A rock formation resembling fossilized wooden beams, matching the ark's enormous size according to biblical descriptions. But that's not all. They also found thousands of clams, evidence that this ancient structure might have been underwater at some point. The search for Noah's Ark has sparked curiosity and driven explorers worldwide to follow in these researchers' footsteps, keeping the legend alive and fueling our imagination. You won't believe who's been on this wild adventure to find Noah's Ark. From former SWAT team members like Bob Cornuck, who used his police investigator skills to the chase, to James Irwin, a rock star astronaut who walked on the moon as part of Apollo 15. Yes, you heard that right. He even led 2 expeditions in search of the Ark back in the 80s. But it's not just these high-profile adventurers. An army sergeant stationed in Iran during World War II and an Armenian named Georgi Hagopian have also claimed to have crossed paths with the legendary vessel. Now, imagine this. Georgi says he visited the Ark twice as a kid, but was his cool uncle just spinning him epic bedtime tales. The search for Noah's Ark has been on for ages, with people from all walks of life joining the quest, and who knows, maybe one of these days we'll uncover the truth. Here's the rewritten script. You'd be surprised. Almost 300 cultures around the world have their own flood stories. Dr. Dwayne Gish has dug up over 270 tales that echo the epic flood from Noah's Ark. So, why do these ancient stories sound so familiar? Maybe it's because a handful of survivors shared their jaw-dropping accounts with future generations, spreading the word about the catastrophic event. But here's another twist. After the Tower of Babel, where languages suddenly got all mixed up, local versions of the flood story started popping up everywhere. It's no wonder that to this day, it's the biblical narrative that's most well-known by far. Here's the rewritten script now. Let's talk about the big question. Did Noah's Ark really exist? While finding the actual wreckage might be a long shot, researchers have been able to create detailed maps of where it could have been resting. According to the Bible, God chose Noah for an incredible task: build an enormous boat called the Ark to save himself, his family, and 2 of every kind of animal from a devastating flood. The goal was simple: preserve life on Earth by riding out the disaster. After the waters receded, the Ark supposedly landed on a mountain in Turkey, as Genesis tells us. In 2010, a team from Namanai, a Hong Kong-based Christian organization, made headlines when they claimed to have found what could be Noah's Ark on Mount Ararat in Turkey. They even estimated a whopping 99.9% chance of it being the real deal. Here's the rewritten script. You might recall that back in 2010, a team from Naman made some groundbreaking claims. They said they found Noah's Ark on Mount Ararat in Turkey. With their search party of 15 researchers, they reached an elevation of 13,000 feet and stumbled upon a structure that matched the dimensions described in the Bible. But here's the kicker: carbon dating suggested it was around 4,800 years old, which fit perfectly with the timeline of Noah's Ark. However, this discovery didn't go without controversy. Many in the scientific community were left scratching their heads. National Geographic explorer Eric Klein, an archaeologist who initially tried to debunk this evidence, has since shifted his focus to finding answers through science. He believes a massive flood did occur around 7,500 years ago in the Black Sea region, but he also knows people have a knack for believing what they want. Since then, Klein's been uncovering some incredible finds, like an ancient Canaanite palace floor in northern Israel that reveals mind-blowing connections between civilizations dating back to the 18th century BC. Let's dive back into this fascinating conversation. While some might argue that finding Noah's Ark is an impossible mission, National Geographic explorer Eric Klein shows us that discoveries from the past hold immense value. Meanwhile, geologist Andrew Snelling thinks it's unlikely we'll ever stumble upon the Ark's remains after 4,350 years. He believes Noah and his family might have broken down the structure for timber once they were safely on dry land. While some claims about the Ark's hiding spot can seem far-fetched to science, 3D topographical scans of Mount Ararat in Turkey could potentially uncover more secrets about what life was like before that massive flood. And we're curious, do you think these ancient mysteries will ever be solved? Now that we've explored the possibilities of Noah's Ark, let's ponder: did pre-flood civilizations operate on entirely different principles, or was the catastrophic flood truly a world reset as described in religious texts? Your thoughts count. Share them with us in the comments. If you enjoyed this video and want more engaging content